welcome. We're here for the fourth episode of the Shapeshifters of Rathe. We're here to chat about fab and cosplay for the month of August, or well, looking forward to in the month of August. I'm here with Rachel, Maxverocity, and Carilina, Alvacado. And we are going to talk about the subject of building a spoiler today. That's our main subject. So we have two lovely cosplayers. They've both been given opportunities to build spoilers on limited timelines, hearing from all of the different content creators and the amount of time they had this time. So we're just going to chat a bit about how building and timelines and all that kind of stuff. Who wants to start?
Man, I think we started together, didn't we, Carilina? We were both talking in the back.
Yeah, we really just we started together. I kind of forced Rachel into doing it. I peer pressured her into putting together a cosplay in 3 days, which was really fun because I didn't want to do it by myself. But really, it was. And Rachel had, I think, 2 days less than I did, which is insane. It's an insane idea. I just think that it would have been a really good idea to have a light cosplay and a shadow cosplay, and it was a great idea, and I'm very happy that we could put that together in such a short amount of time.
We ended up talking before we even got our cards a bit. Once we both knew we were getting spoilers and had kind of talked about it online, and we each knew we were getting light versus shadow, but that was it. We didn't know what we were getting. We were saying, hey, what can we do for light and shadow? Because we didn't even know if what we were going to get was going to be cosplayable, and I think when we both got our cards eventually, we were like, whoa.
We were so disappointed. We're like, no, I think when we both got our cards, because we got them at around the same time. I think you got yours before I did, but
yeah, maybe hours.
Yeah. You got yours, I got mine. We both came and we're like, this is not possible. We cannot do this. These are not cosplayable cards. These are not human beings,
we didn't know if they were testing us or if it was they were trying to keep us from doing a cosplay. Like, hey, you know what? We don't want to put the pressure on you. We'll give you something not cosplayable, but then it's us. So,
Exactly. And I genuinely think they just hate this. I'm going to be honest with you. There's three options. Testing us. Saying, oh, no pressure, or actually hating us. And I think it might be the third. I think it might be the third.
What did you do to make them mad? Just kidding.
I don't know what I did to them.
Oh, so I get punished for your sins. I'm just kidding. No,
please blame me. Every cosplayer should blame me. Something bad happens. How do I blame Carilina in this situation?
I'll remember that. What would Carilina do? But the opposite. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
How do I blame Carilina?
Yeah. So when I got mine, and the best part was we didn't tell each other. It's not like we told each other what our cards were. We were keeping it a true secret until the day that we released, because this is a spoiler even to each other. And so I just messaged her and said, well, I'm light. I know you're shadow. You were messaging me, and that we could all publicly talk about. Everybody could talk about their sides. But I said to her, I just said, all I can tell you about my card is it's not cosplayable. And you said the same thing to me, this is not cosplayable. And I said, you know what? It's something I'm going to make, but I don't think I can put a costume around it. But then you started feeding me ideas of something angelic, and we were talking about for you demonic of sorts. And it kind of worked out that we were able to plan a little ahead based on our theme, but not by much, Once we had the cards, it was okay, I've got, for me, 2.5 days or something to make it, 3 days tops. You had 4.
Yeah, so I had 4 days, and then I ended up procrastinating. So I had I had Wednesday. So it was from Wednesday to Saturday. I had from Wednesday to Saturday. I ended up procrastinating Wednesday, Thursday. No, I ended up procrastinating Wednesday. I had Friday, and I had Saturday to shoot.
Yeah.
Because it had to be uploaded Sunday morning. So I had technically 2 days. The Wednesday, in my procrastination, I went to the movies. So
Well, that's worth it. Though. You're putting yourself in the headspace of relaxation.
Exactly. I was like, I need to watch.
Your stuff in.
I need to watch the movies. I watched The Flash. That actually made me more stressed out than it should have. But
That movie was hilarious, though. I went to go see it the same week.
It was actually good. But listen, we're not talking about The Flash. We're talking about cosplay.
No.
I definitely did. I'm grateful that we at least got light and shadow so we could put a theme together.
Yeah.
My biggest thing about cosplay is that the most time, like what takes the most time out of me is planning ahead and planning and researching, online research, Pinterest research. Knowing that we had light and shadow, I spent a good 6-7 hours on Pinterest just looking at different themes that we could possibly do. And then I would go onto Discord and
yeah, I remember you coming back and like back and forth. We were like completely manic on this, like sharing ideas, like nonstop, like pinging each other with like different pictures or thoughts. I think it was you who, like, when I said like I want to do wings, but like there's no way I can get a set of wings done in a day. You sent me like a link to it, like a tutorial of like here's some like a really easy way.
I sent you like 5 different tutorials. I know that I sent you like 5 different videos, like here, and here.
The one you sent me, even though it was easy, still involved like cutting out by hand 350 or 400 feathers out of packing foam. And the entire time I was cursing you. Like I was just sitting there in my living room covered in tears and foam, like, damn it, Carilina, like why did you tuck me into as I'm just covered in glue and burning my hands? And like, but it worked out really well. So thanks in retrospect.
No problem.
Is that the foam?
But I have this.
The foam there?
That's the foam.
Yeah.
Are you making them now? But yeah, for me, like I knew that, like, I'll just show it, but everybody's seen it. But I knew I wanted to make this like right off the bat.
Yeah.
The object, you know, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make a costume, so this was like priority 1. But the best part about it was like this was the last thing I started. I did this in 4 hours on Thursday. I think 3.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Something
I love making props.
But yeah, like planning time on this was kind of a pain. Yeah, ingenuity is just kind of the thing we had to do.
The first thing that I started on were my wings, my bat wings. I wish I would have. I don't have them here. They're actually rotting in my car right now. But yes, I have not taken them out of my car. And that was probably the longest thing that, like, it's probably what took me the longest to make because it was a lot of trial and error. It took me a long time to figure out how I could make them stable because every time I would put them on, they would fall or they would droop in a way that made me very, very much unstable. So that took me a long time. After I got into the groove of things, everything else took me. Like, I sped run everything else. Corset I made, skirt I made, and then I went to shoes and I said, I don't care about shoes. But yeah, like, I very much ran on hot glue and dreams for the next 2 days.
And coffee, probably.
And coffee and burning leather. I burnt so much leather. I'm so surprised my house isn't burnt down. The leather did catch on fire a few times.
Yeah, you know that's just the risk of cosplay.
Now, I'll just think the big question is like, how does it go making something that you didn't like search out, like it's given to you to do, compared to searching out something that you want to do? Like, we all like do cosplay because we love a certain thing, but what you guys you were given something that you had to do. How does that compare?
So this is technically the second time not technically, it is. This is the second cosplay spoiler I've done. Albeit this second time around was a lot harder than the first time because we had technically already seen my first spoilers at least 3 weeks beforehand, or 2 to 3 weeks beforehand. because it was used as a promotional photo. And so it was already in my mind that I wanted to cosplay that. And then I got it as my spoiler, and it gave me just more incentive to cosplay it. So that's why I had 3 weeks to put that together. I had time to edit a video and not time to do everything I wanted. But this time around, it was very hard. It was very, very hard. I had little to no inspiration, forced inspiration out of me. One of the reasons through Rachel, if it wasn't for Rachel doing a cosplay, she was going to do a cosplay, I would not have done one at all. At all. Literally,
it's nice to have someone on the same boat with you. I think that's where you're going with that.
Yeah, it's all about that shared mutual miserableness of making a costume in 3 days.
It is about this shared miserableness. Because I think a day into it, I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm not gonna do this. I'd rather just post the picture and move on. But I was already in too deep. I already had Rachel doing one. I already forced her into doing one. I could not back out myself, because then like that's like a shitty thing to do to someone. That's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. You know what? I would have completely understood, because once I saw your card, Carilina, I was like, wow, that was way harder than mine.
A bat! A bat! Who gives me a bat? Oh!
But it gave us so much fun though with the jokes about it. Like when you were talking about, wasn't Matt helping you like do the painting on something? Right?
Yeah.
Didn't make a joke about that, like you standing over?
Oh yeah. So I actually had I had my boyfriend come up. He lives like a few hours away. But I had him come up and help me. And by help me, I mean he did an hour's worth of work, but it took him about 6 hours to do.
Yeah.
So technically he didn't help me in any way, shape, or form. He actually it actually like set me back, because then I had to show him how to paint. But we went to the movies, so it's fine.
This is why I don't ask my husband to help with anything related to cosplay. I know he'll just be like, what is it, the feigned incompetence sometimes, so they can get out of the chore. Like, I'm going to pretend I'm really bad at this. Even though he loves to paint miniatures and do airbrushing, I know he will purposely screw something up to not be asked to do it again.
No, he had a single inch, because I had him hand paint my wings to make them look like bone. Every single part of like the structure was made out of wire, then covered in foam, then covered in Warbler.
Yeah.
And then the Warbler, it then had to be primed, which I did, and then I had him just hand paint it white. I said, I need you to hand paint white. Please do one side while I finish the other side. Took him, I shit you not, 5 hours. I finished the entire other side when he just painted it to the other side, and it took me 45 minutes. It took me 45 minutes to do what it took him in 5 hours. You need to stop. Walk away.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he's trying to get out of future work. That's all I can say. Just 18 years of like relationship with my husband, and I know when I'm watching feigned incompetence.
No, he was actually trying though. That's the thing.
He's probably enjoying spending the time with you. So, he knew that you were going to be spending all your time doing that.
So I actually am grateful for him, because I didn't have, for those 5 hours that could have been halved or quartered. It really gave me the time to focus on the outfit part. So while he was doing that, I was able to work on my outfit, and you can't really see it from the photos because it's so like zoomed in, but the entire outfit is cut up pieces of leather and an upcycled skirt that I had when I was like 16 years old. It's like a leather skirt that I had when I was 16 years old, and I cut it. I shredded it to pieces and then put it back together and sewed it, and it looks really cool. It almost looks primal, almost. I wish I had more pictures of just the actual outfit, because it was a very, very, very impressive outfit. I
think you can get
I
through it
didn't
easy
have
though if you
time
want to
like
do
make my course.
is like a
Then
Reiner now.
I don't know. Honestly, sexy Reiner. I could
Sexy Reiner.
possibly put it back together. Sexy Reiner. You're giving me options. Actually, sexy Reiner's
Wasn't
next.
I the one that gave
What if I
you
changed my Nats cosplay?
when you were like, what should I cosplay? And I joked Oldham and then you did it. Like,
Yeah.
so
No,
it's Reiner next. You heard it here, folks.
People. No, 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 no. Like 3 people were like, "Oh, do Oldhim," and then Michael Fang said, "Do sexy Oldhim," and then I said, "Okay, I'll do Oldhim." I didn't think it was gonna be my. And I don't know why that one. That one in particular is my favorite one I've ever done. Favorite cosplay.
It's fun though.
So
I guess
fun.
I'll answer the question for me as to like getting having to do something you wouldn't have chosen. So I get a lot of questions from people whether I'll ever do something that's not mechanologist by choice or mechanology related, because I love me some, tech and robots and lights. And so when I got this, it was initially a surprise to me because I was kind of expecting something mechanologist before we found out there was nothing in the set with it, but it was fun to stretch and do something different. And like for me, I found a way to kind of weave in the narrative, with the spoiler lead up, that like kind of somebody found this object and brought it to Dash or something, like, what is this? It fell from the sky sort of thing, to try and work that in. So that kind of helped keep some motivation for me too, to like try and work a story into it that dealt with, something that I really enjoy, but also, I'm not limiting myself to just like mechanologist for the future. I like getting challenged with something new and different. And so, down the road, I could definitely see doing completely different things, maybe a warrior costume or something else. So this was just like, I think, a good way to, like pun intended, stretch my wings on it, and try something like that I would not have normally just picked off a shelf to do. So I enjoyed the challenge. I would have enjoyed it more with a couple extra days, but I survived.
Yes, I think even like a lot of the other content creators were like, "Oh, this is too short to just make a video." I was like, "You guys are making like costumes and stuff." Like they're complaining about a video time to make a video. And I'm now doing editing. I have a great appreciation for editing and how long it takes. Anyone wants to help me, just put your hand up. But it's hard. It's not easy. But so not dumbing down that for them, but you guys also squeezed in a cosplay as well. So
I think these like weird speed run tests that I guess they're giving us now. I don't know if they're gonna keep doing that, if they're gonna keep shortening our times. But I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed testing my limits and testing everything. I do think of cosplay as the ultimate form of content creation. But I'm not going to say that it's like the end all be all of everything. I do have respect for video editing. I have respect for people who can put an entire script together just about one card, that's something I can't do. I can't sit down for an hour and a half and talk about the game mechanics and how this is good in this deck and this, and I'm a net decker, baby. I am
we just
not
gonna
Zoom,
Carolina. That's what we do.
Yes, because I had almost no footage. I had and a half of actual footage of me in my cosplay, and I had to edit that to look cohesive and color correct absolutely everything on top of it so it looked professional. So it took me about a day and a half to just do that. It is a 30-second video, a minute and a half video, maybe. So,
So, is there anything else you want to say about having a spoiler this season? Anything else about the experience that stood out for you guys? I think we've pretty much covered it.
I would say like it's just a huge compliment to get that opportunity, because maybe to Carolina's point, cosplay is content creation in the 3D, in the flesh and blood. And so to get acknowledged with that, to get to create something and be a part of that community that gets to put these spoilers out there it's really rewarding. It's an exciting little contest amongst ourselves almost, to make something with a box of scraps in 3 days. So it's like keeps us going, keeps us excited and, and doing what we love. And so it was just for me, like I was surprised to get the email saying we're going to give you a spoiler. I was shocked. I'm not surprised Carilina got one. She's been doing it, and this is her one, so
I thought I wasn't getting one. It was so last minute that I genuinely was like, oh, I'm not getting one. Yay, we get to go party. I get to go out of town. Woohoo! But then I got one, and literally, it's like, another cosplay, babe. Okay.
All right, honey.
But yeah. Yes, honey. I do feel I don't have a lot of thoughts. For a long time, it was very mentally draining. I do think of cosplay as a little bit of a thankless art form, almost. You put in so much, and it's up in the air whether you're going to get so much back. Just something I'm learning. Something I'm learning. It's taken me a little bit to accept it, I guess you can say. But I don't have any qualms about anything. I had to go back and not do the cosplay or do it. If I had to go back in time, I would still do it. I don't think I would really change anything. At all. But, it happens.
Yeah. It's a great thing with our cosplayers. We've got a really good community in the Fab community, and they all seem to really appreciate the work we all do. And it's really great and really appreciated. And talking to some people at LSS, they really love the work that you guys do as well. So it's really so we'll leave off there and go on to something a little bit more fun. Art that shouts cosplay. So I thought it'd be nice for if you had a cosplay that you thought that would be really cool to see done. So not necessarily one that you want to build, but one that you'd love to see done.
From the new set, from any set?
From any set. I know you're a bit hamstrung there, Rachel.
Yeah, no. One I'd like to see done, if it, we joked about the other day, would be impossible, but I don't think anything's impossible. Somebody should try and do Arclight Sentinel and make a giant, god out of light or something. I would be very impressed. But in a serious note, something that I would like to see, just the new angels / figments are especially gorgeous. I'd really love to see somebody do, not me, because I don't think it's me necessarily, but it would be the angel of rebirth. I just love that whole life death thing. It's so gorgeous. Just the fairy look, I think, is a gorgeous costume with those iridescent wings. So Carilina, if you have free time, it would be a great costume.
No comment. Okay, is it my turn? Oh god, I'm so sorry. I want 2 furries to pull up to a cosplay contest. In full custom meep suits. Okay, hear me out. They're dressed up as the meeps, but it is a full furry commissioned fursuit, okay? It is top tier $20,000 fursuit, but it is meep themed, and I think that will win. If they ever let me judge again, you got my vote. You got my vote.
See, but they have to go around stealing stuff and try not to get caught, though. That's the trick. that's
okay, but imagine a furry stealing your things.
Yeah,
that's
don't
so
steal
funny.
Really valuable, just something stupid like paper clips off a table.
Yeah,
because if you touch my dash deck, I will plasma pistol you.
No, I just want to turn a calling into a furry convention. That's all I want. I'm not a furry, by the way, but it'd be really funny.
No judgment, man.
No judgment, no. I mean, did you see the meep that one of the girls made to go with her?
Oh yeah, the Bravo made the little meep.
She made a little meep.
Nice!
It was so cute.
I've been depressed.
Cincinnati.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna see that.
It's in our it's in the events, the shared events.
I'm gonna see that. Hold on. Keep talking. I need to look. I need to look on the internet.
Yeah, so Diana, I fortunately got to play against her in the women's league, the pitch league, women and trans, everybody that's on the rainbow community, and I got to play her, and it was really cool. She kicked my ass, but it was great to have a chat with her about cosplay. Because I've already done Lexi, I really want to do the Lexi specialization, but get the photo session done with all the lights so it looks like she's glowing like the specialization. Because on the pre-release, first pack, I opened specialization in foil. It's like, okay, Lexi again. So I would like
Lexi
to
2.0.
bring her back and do her up again, and because I mean it's like anyone with their cosplayers, you want to go back and like make it better.
I mean, I'm redoing my original Dash costume right now. It's completely torn down. That's why I won't be bringing it to Vegas. It's being completely rebuilt from the ground up.
Yeah,
redoing it with everything I've learned.
Most likely putting together Exude Confidence 2 Electric Boogaloo for Worlds, but that's a maybe. It's a hard maybe.
Yes. So we've got quite a few. We can go into upcoming events. So we've got quite a few upcoming events. There is the Call in Birmingham that's happening right now. I didn't even think about the timing for that because we could have been a little bit later and maybe had some of their photos or something. But hopefully they'll feed us some so that we can enjoy them throughout today. Because I
the
think
costume contest has to be done right now, doesn't it? What time is it? It's like what, 8 o'clock there, maybe 6, 7. I'm curious.
Yeah, it should be done now, but I don't know because how exhausting the whole day is for doing the cosplaying. So we may get fed some photos soon. I think we've got one photo from one of the lovely ladies that's attending. I want
to see it.
It's going to be really cool seeing what they've done and who came up trumps, because it's been really nice following through on the Discord, seeing what people are up to, seeing people asking questions and supporting each other and like trying to get things done before they get there, like how to put gold onto a banner and things like that. It's been very good to see everyone working together so that they can put their best creative forward. So I'm looking forward to seeing those photos that are happening now, And we've also got, of course, the US Nats is the next cosplay competition at the end of the month, or 26th. That's the last day, right? Yeah. So
don't remind me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Please don't remind me. I haven't started.
You guys are so privileged, though. You get so many opportunities. My next opportunity, I have to go out of the country for.
A privilege and a curse, Lynette. A privilege and a curse. It is the self-imposed pressure that Carilina and I have to bring something new to every event we attend. Isn't that right? That's right. We are like
either you do that or you're a failure, okay?
Don't worry. Do you see how clean this is behind me, Carilina? Do you know what that means? That means my costume is not far enough underway when that is that clean.
Literally, I've changed my cosplay. I have changed my Nats cosplay 3 times.
Oh.
3 times.
I've been witness to this. She's not lying. she messages me every time she picks a new one. It's great.
It's so bad.
There's been so many cosplays I've wanted to make, but I haven't started any of them. So
yeah, I think we're cursed with too many ideas is the problem,
Literally.
Yeah, there's so many beautiful artworks. There's like, oh, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. Oh, but this looks good. And it's like, oh no, what? Got to just like streamline.
Maybe I shouldn't do that. So it's my first cosplay. I did it, and then I realized it was going to be a little bit too much sewing with not enough like reward, I guess you could say. I was just like, it's not good enough. I'm not going to do it. I'll do it later. And then the second one, I was like, I'm going to do this. This is perfect. And then I realized I don't know how I'm going to get over to Vegas. Vegas is very far. It's very far from where I live, and I'd have to drive, and I would probably have to ship most of the costume or figure out a way to get it like on the plane. And me thinking about the logistics was taking me off from like, it was scaring me away starting cosplay. I was genuinely afraid of it. And so I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to do something else. And so it took me 2 days to figure out what I was going to do. I was like, well, what if I do this? No. What if I do this? No. What if I do this? No.
My niece actually lives in Vegas, so I'm going to try to get her to cosplay with me, do a little duo cosplay, which I think would be cute.
Yeah.
I haven't told her yet. She's 7.
Aww.
She's 7 years old. Mm-hmm.
Nice. That was so cute.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I'm excited to see it. My lips are sealed on it.
Don't. I mean, she might say no. She might just be doing that.
She might be like, no, I don't wanna. You're so lame, Aunt Caroline.
Literally.
Too many people.
It's a lot of things, but I'm not lame.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
we can
go ahead.
talk about worlds too. That's exciting. We've kind of, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, Barcelona sounds so exciting, but I can't get there, but it sounds great. Like the whole venue, the pictures they've been showing us looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It was really funny because there's a joke around my friend group that like LSS is bugging our, LGS. I play at Min-Max, and every time I've like said something, it like seems to come to life. So like I was talking about a mech for a very long time, how I wanted it to work, what it would do, put like equipment under it, and then the mech comes out. And so I was talking about Barcelona like earlier in the year, and I was like, man, Barcelona would be amazing. They're like, where are you getting Barcelona from? I'm like, it just would be an awesome place. I wish we could go to Spain. It's been on my list. And they're like, it's never going to be in Spain. I heard it's these other places. And then the announcement came out, and I'm like, months later, and they're like, it's Spain. And I'm like, what? I just couldn't believe it. So, I keep telling people, if you want something to come to life or you want LSS to do something, just have me talk about it a lot. And maybe it'll come to fruition, because I'm so excited. I am making sure I can get there. I don't care what it costs. I'm going.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. And it's great because it gives everybody that certainty of where they're going. Yes, we would have liked it maybe another month out, but still we've got quite a bit of time to be able to prepare to go, and allowances for flights, because as you get closer, flights are more expensive, and as cosplayers you'll probably have more cases to take.
Oh yeah, don't even remind me. It'd probably be like 4 suitcases. I can't even buy my ticket yet. I got to figure out if my husband can go. He's in school right now, and we're waiting for his syllabus to release in 2 or 3 weeks, because that is actually going to make a difference in how many bags I can bring, because I'm going to cannibalize his bags. So he thinks he's bringing 2 bags. Those are my 2 bags, and they go with my other 2 bags, so that I can bring 3 to 4.
He gets a carry-on.
He gets to carry on if he's lucky. If he doesn't have to carry my shoes or something.
Yeah. No, literally. For Baltimore, I had to bring 3 costumes because I'm crazy. And I fit every single costume. I had 2 checked bags and 2 carry-ons. Okay, so I had 4 things of luggage, and it still didn't fit. I had to wear certain things on my body in order to get to Baltimore. I had 3 costumes in one checked bag. I had a tiny checked bag that's literally this big for my actual clothes. And I dress like a slut anyways, so it's, I had a full week's of clothes. But I still had to wear my big boots and a bunch of other things, and I looked insane at this airport, but I had to make do.
Like in a video game when your character shows up wearing all the gear and the cutscene, that's probably what you looked like.
Literally exactly what I looked like. I was wearing a crown on my head, and I had furry big boots. And I was wearing a t-shirt that said and I was wearing a shirt that said "I heart sluts" on it. So it was great. It was
I want to see a
great.
picture of this. I need you to like send it to me if you get a chance. If you have a picture.
Oh, I will send it to you. Don't worry.
Fantastic. Yeah,
I also slept at the airport that night because I had gone to a concert and then I had gone straight to the airport. So it was concert, 20-minute drive to the airport, sleep at the airport, or didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at the airport. I just stayed awake until my flight. Concert, get to the airport, get into some pajamas in your car, get dressed in your car, okay? And then finish packing stuff, making sure everything was there. I got to the airport, waited for like 3 hours, and then I got on my flight. And then I don't think I went to sleep until the next day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually don't think I went to sleep. But yeah, it was pretty hectic. I had so many bags, and now I have to go to Barcelona, and I have no choice. I'm going anyway because
because I work in retail, the possibility of me going is really, really slim, because between Halloween and Christmas are our busy times. Because we sell a lot of costumes where I am. Halloween is like full on. Probably not to the American standards, but
I was about to say I didn't realize it was a big thing in New Zealand. That's awesome. I'm a huge Halloween person. I have bins and bins of Halloween stuff.
Don't worry, I'll be popping in for all the new costumes and stuff. Will come up on the Discord. We just received some lovely Wednesday costumes in our early stuff. So, because we have to order our costumes in January, so we'll see what happens.
I wish we could have like a giant like cosplay Halloween party, like with all the Fab cosplayers.
I love
just
that.
rent a place and just have a baller friggin' party. It would be amazing.
Maybe we should just like have a video party or something on the Discord.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
That'd be fun. I'll be in costume in my room in the dark.
Yeah.
Candles everywhere.
I don't mind having Halloween for 2 days. I'll celebrate with you guys as well as with my friends.
I think I'll be traveling. I think we have actually a battle harden like the weekend around Halloween, whatever that weekend is I think that might be the St. Louis battle harden. Maybe I'll be by you, Carilina.
Oh yeah, I have to go to that. I forgot about that. God damn it.
It's all right.
There's so many things. I can only think so much advance.
I know. I have so many costumes to get done before like the end of the year, and I'm like, every weekend is either a Fab event or a wedding or a life event or something. God knows.
Yeah, there's so much going on. I mean, yes, they've brought down the amount of pro tours, but now we've got all these callings, and most of them have cosplay competitions. And what are you looking forward to in Fab for this next month? So I know that you've qualified for Nationals, Rachel.
So this is my second year playing Nationals. Last year was my first time cosplaying, and I didn't expect to make day 2. So I ended up playing as Dash. This year I'm bringing a different costume. So if I do qualify for day 2 again, I will be in costume playing, because there's no way I'm going to have time to, run back, get costumed and come back. So that'll be really interesting with my next one, because it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. It is not to the standard of the mech uncomfortable, but I can actually sit in it, I think. We'll see. Carilina knows. Carilina knows what it is. It's still secret, but
sit test.
The sit test is going to be insane on this one. I'm actually trying to figure out how to take pieces off around like the where I'm sitting on the butt area and stuff, so that I can sit down comfortably.
Yeah.
But so I'm looking forward to Nats. I'm looking forward to playing in it, potentially playing in costume again. So wish me luck. I probably need it. But yeah, it's exciting. My husband's playing too, so maybe we'll get paired round 1, as is tradition.
Yeah, I've gone to events with friends and been paired with them, and I'm like, well, I came here to play other people, not just the people I always play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I'll take him down, but
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm actually not playing in Nats. I'm just playing in the Calling. Through entire like RTN season, I was completely stacked and busy. I don't even think I went to one. I was coming back and forth from Murray to Texas, which is literally 500 miles each way. But every single weekend I was going back and forth. I never even had time to do that. But I am still playing Calling, and I'm actually playtesting for that. I actually really want to. I want to place a little high. I don't really want to just play 6 rounds, which is what I usually do at a cosplay contest. Just because I get bored. I play 6 rounds, and I'm like, I'm bored. I'm gonna drop. And then I drop. And then I go and just like hang out, and I still have an immense amount of fun. Especially it's in Vegas. I'm gonna be belligerent all weekend, and it's gonna be a great time.
So, Carilina, are we going to find a way to do like a photo shoot and all this at some point, like in Vegas on the strip with all the lights in our costumes? Because I feel like it's a need.
Oh, that would be gorgeous.
So, one of the main reasons for the cosplay I just chose is that I want to take pictures of the person that I'm cosplaying partying around Vegas, hangover style. If you've never seen The Hangover, at the end of the movie, they have this, early 2000s. Is it a camcorder? It's a camera. You know?
Yeah.
It's a camera. And they're like, oh, we just found this camera that happened. And it has a bunch of pictures of, like, the night that they can't recall because they were all... And, so they can't recall everything. But then at the end of the movie, they find the camera. And in the camera, it's just a bunch of horrible pictures of the night that they can't recall. And so I want to take those pictures, not that bad, not like insanely bad, but I want to take like hangover style pictures in cosplay, and I just think that'd be really funny.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think Diana's coming to the US Nats as well. Seeing how she plays, I'm not surprised if she's actually qualified, since she said she's working on something for there. Maybe you should convince her to bring the meat, and the meat could be like the monkey.
There you go.
The monkey.
Carilina, I swear, at some point, if you make a sexy meep, I don't know.
I mean, do not put that in my head. I'm trying to convince Matt to dress up as a sexy meat for Halloween. And I think he said yes. Oh god, it's so funny.
Have you seen Dia Mamada's character that he got created? And it has the meeps with it?
Yes, the pirate.
Yeah, the redhead, so cool. Yeah.
Yes. No, but I'm not gonna be her. I'm gonna be the meat.
I can be the pirate.
So Reg can be the pirate. I can be a meat. Nice. Matt can be a meat. We could have Flake as a meat. That'd be really funny. Actually, what if we have every single Matt in the entire game? Because there's a lot of them. All of them are meats. Every Matt in the Flesh and Blood community is now a meat.
He's a meat now?
Yeah. I'm sure Matt Rogers would be keen. He always is happy to talk to me.
Yeah, tell him to fly out to... Carilina, are you going to Dallas?
Yes,
I'm
probably.
doing Dallas. Steven lives in Dallas. I'm just saying, one of my favorite costumes I take to a lot of run fairs is a pirate costume. I'm really into pirate costumes.
Okay.
Nice.
This is a possibility.
If I'm cosplaying in Dallas, so I have an idea. If I'm cosplaying Dallas, I'm actually gonna take probably gonna take a hero. I'm gonna have to open poll. The most like yeehaw hero. I'm gonna take a hero and yeehawify them. Like give the spurs and assless chaps and a cowboy hat. It's gonna be funny. I need to figure out what hero to yeehawify.
I mean, if you do that, I will put some yeehaw around my current Dash costume.
So Dash, I think Dash is the most like Western, like old, like think about it. Dash just makes more sense. So if you do Dash, I'll figure out another one. Then we can go to the stockyards and we can ride a mechanical bull. And then it'd be perfect. Listen, everything is a perfect photo opportunity. You just have to think about it in advance.
I think if you're talking about a mechanical bull, you might be trying to get me killed before Worlds. I don't know. Just saying, I'm a little suspicious right now, but I am willing to put on the dad costume with the shorty shorts and the cowgirl boots in my closet and a hat and make
You have
another
to put the spurs
so
on
I
the
have two of them because
boots.
gunslinger's got to have two. I don't care if it's a two-handed weapon.
Literally.
Yep.
And yeah, we could do this.
You have to do the circles.
Yeah.
Honestly, Cowboy Bravo sounds really funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, that sounds so good. The
Oh
whip
my
and
God.
everything.
Hold on. Hold on, guys.
We're brewing. Oh, and on that note, congratulations to Tommy Fresh. He finally got enough subscriptions and he will be making a Levia. I'm really looking forward, or being a Levia, so I'm not sure if he's going to make it, but that's going to be amazing. Like
that time, Tommy. Been waiting for you to make that. Come on.
We're all here to support you. We're happy to have you on the Discord. Just ask any questions. We will help you out. Because that would just be amazing as well. I when he's put out that.
I wonder if he's gonna get. I wonder if he's gonna get like stilts and go absolutely crazy with it, or it's either gonna go insanely well. No, I thought he was doing. No, he's doing adult Levia.
He's doing adult Levia. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna go two ways. It's gonna go insanely well, or it's gonna go like insanely horrible. Okay, it's either gonna be super good or like a train wreck. And I really hope it's a train wreck so it's funny, but I also hope that it's really good because I want people to have really good costumes.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really interesting thing to put out there. I mean, I know he loves Levia as a character, so really, it's going to be great, I think. Yeah. So is there anything else you guys wanted to chat about?
I'm really hopeful about every other project that I have right now. I have a million projects that I hope I can do before the end of the year. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna push myself further than I've ever gone. But I don't know. I'm really happy about my progress that I've made. You know, I've been doing this for a year. I've been cosplaying for like a year and some change, and I look back and I look at my old costumes and I look at myself now, and I'm pretty proud of myself. You know, I want to be a little bit more. I want to be cleaner with how I put everything together. I want to be less wasteful with how I put everything together, because one of my main things is I want to, in a way, every time I put together something, I want to leave a smaller footprint than the time before. That's why I like to upcycle, and I like to reuse most of my props. You know, I'm never gonna wear them again, which in my head is a horrible way to think, but you know, it's just how it is. I've reworn some things. I'm getting a little used to it. But you know, if I would like to leave a smaller footprint, and I would like to be more eco-conscious, and I would like everyone else to, like, in the cosplay scene, not just our cosplay scene, but in the cosplay scene in general, I think it's very important to reuse your cosplays and reuse certain items that you have and rework them. And, you know, if you have things made out of ore, you can take them apart and reuse the ore blood, and you can do a lot of things with upcycling your cosplays and upcycling clothes that you don't use ever. So I'd like more people to be eco-conscious.
Any last thoughts there, Rachel?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same place as Carilina a bit too. Multiple projects before year end. I've rearranged my list a couple of times. And so there's a lot of interesting and new challenges for me over the next couple of months, and I'm excited for them. Also just trying to find all the time to work it in with my regular life, but I'm really excited for people to see what I'm working on, to share that. And also, like, to the point of being able to reuse things, you know, that's part of the reason I'm rebuilding a lot of my stuff and reworking it, because I want it to be able to hold up a lot longer, wear it more times, and be able to modular, you know, it, like, so it can come apart into different costumes and pieces without destroying it. So that's kind of what I've been working on right now, is how to engineer that together for a couple of my costumes. So that I'm excited about. I'm also, like, my other kind of not quite New Year's resolution, but mid-year resolution is to do a better job of documenting my builds. It's something that I get deep into it, and I don't take enough pictures. I don't take enough videos. So I've been starting to do footage with my current build. And I don't know how much I'll release, or put out there because the whole video editing thing escapes me, but I'm going to try. Because, maybe somebody can get something out of it, or at least get an idea of what goes into this for those that don't cosplay.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, you go, Carilina.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I think I'm someone who's very much a visual learner. I have a bunch of cosplay books and stuff like that, but how I learn a lot of my skills is through YouTube tutorials. And the more I look, the more I realize there's not a lot on niche things, especially in the Flesh and Blood art space. There are so many different mechanics and different styles of different characters. There's not a lot of tutorials on that certain thing, so you kind of have to take what you have in your mind, find a tutorial that's almost close to it, and then find your way through it. So I think, again, documenting my work is also something I should probably do. I'm very bad at it. I've gotten a little bit used to it, but I'm very, very bad about documenting my work, especially because my workspace is an absolute mess. So the thought of cleaning my workspace just to film is why? Why would I do that to myself? But yeah, I think us documenting our work is something that would really help the community, not just our community, but the entire cosplay community as a whole, and just future crafters and, stuff like that.
Yeah, if only I could ever get that channel up and running that I've been working on.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
getting there, I swear.
My channel doesn't have that many followers, but each time I put one of these videos up, everyone's really likes to see them. I even have people that don't do cosplay that have really enjoyed some of them, with the conversations that we're having. And it's an eye-opener to them because they see that it is a lot of work to do cosplay, and it is a passion of, it's a labor of love, because it's wonderful, all the prizes that we're getting through LSS, but in the general cosplay world, there's not that kind of support. If you win at a con, you get something for first, second, third, but you're competing with a lot of people at different cons. And working out and doing diaries and keeping a know of what you're doing is really good if you're going to go and leap outside the Fab community and try a con, because they want you to have a diary and have a list of all the materials you've used in your costume and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good way to springboard yourself into the general competitions outside of the Fab, and also it gives more eyes on Fab if you have a chance and the ability to go outside. It's like the people see that and like, oh, I like that. Is it in this, And it gives us more events to go to, obviously, going to cons and so forth. But documenting is great for our personal selves, because then you can go back and go, oh, because you can't remember everything when you're in the flow of everything. Like, I lose track of days when I'm doing stuff. And being able to go back to your diary and go, oh, yeah, that worked, but that didn't. And then next time you do it might work differently. But having it documented does help.
Yeah. Yeah, documenting is something that I really need to get used to, but it's something that's a little hard for me. I like to turn my brain off and turn everything off and only focus in on one project. And, if I'm going to be multitasking, focus on content while also focusing on my project and making my project look good, it's going to be a little hard. And I know that it's not really everybody's cup of tea. So I also want people to know that cosplay doesn't have to be like a content game, it can just be there for fun. A lot of cosplayers, especially like younger cosplayers, and I'm talking about it as a whole at this point, they really just, you'll see a cosplayer on TikTok and they'll have a new outfit every single week, and it's there's a lot of fast fashion costume companies nowadays where you can just go in and spend $100 and buy a costume and go on and do that. But just because you have a new costume every week doesn't make you better than someone that has a costume every month or every year. It's just something that a lot of people think, oh, if I'm a cosplayer, I have to be a content creator. You can do it as a hobby. It doesn't have to be something that you need to. No, you don't need to do that. You don't have to be a content creator in order to be a cosplayer. You can just be a cosplayer for fun. It's a form of expression. It's a form of art. It's something that makes people feel better. You know, some people wear a costume to escape from the reality, and that's just it doesn't have to be an entire career. You don't have to, oh, if I don't have a new cosplay in the next week, then it's going to be the end of the world, or I'm not good enough. And that's just not the way to think. And I know I'm literally the pot calling kettle black right now, because that's just the way I think sometimes. If I don't have a new cosplay for the next event, then I'm a failure. And that rings in my head every single time. Or if my cosplay is not good enough, then I'm a failure. And it's something that I'm trying to get a hold of, and it's something that I don't want other people to think. I don't want other people to think the same way that I do. I'm a rabid overthinker and a perfectionist, and it's something I really need to get a hold of. But I feel like everyone else agrees with me in some sort of way, in some sort of capacity. Yeah. I also, I also don't think that I have a rather unorthodox stance about like making your cosplays and versus buying them. I don't think buying your cosplays is insanely wrong. I genuinely don't think that buying certain items to make it easier in your cosplay, like buying pants instead of making pants, is not illegal, you know?
No.
And I also I have a little bit of a qualm on the whole, like, is it 75% rule?
Yeah.
For the cosplay contest. I feel like that's a little too vague in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I think not everybody is the sewing expert. If they want their cosplay to look good, there's nothing wrong with scouring the internet to buy something that looks like the dress that they want. You know, I don't think that's wrong. I think if it looks good and if it looks good enough, then you should still be allowed to enter a cosplay contest, you know?
Yeah, I think it works itself out in the judging anyway. You know, like
exactly,
anybody should be allowed to enter. It doesn't mean you're going to win if you bought, you know, let's just say 50% of your costume. But you can still absolutely be encouraged. And that's why I always tell people when they ask, I'm like, enter it anyway, and just be honest in judging on what you created or didn't create, and get to walk that stage and show it off, because you worked hard no matter what, and people should get to see that, and we should all get to enjoy it.
You know,
I'm with you on that.
If somebody bought like their dress, like, oh, is the dress bought? Yeah, it's bought. Get the fuck out. Like, no, I'm not gonna tell them that. Are you insane? And you know, when I was judging, they're like, oh, exactly. And when I was judging, at the end they asked me. It's like, oh, did everybody like meet the standards? I'm not gonna be like, no, they didn't. No, they did. Right. They did meet the standards. They showed up. That was the standard for me, you know.
And that's a passion.
Exactly. But also, I don't want someone to. If you made it yourself, I'm going to give you the props. I make everything, like, I make every single prop myself. I make every single piece of armor myself. But I'm not going to I'm not going to go up to somebody who bought a dress and upcycled it, tell them they're not good enough because they bought the dress instead of made it by hand and weaved their fabric by themselves. You know, like, that's just, you know, horrible. But
yeah, I don't think it should be exclusionary. To your point, Carilina, everybody should be allowed to, you know, get up, walk, and compete. And it all comes out in the judging itself. If you've got good judges and you've got good, you know, judging standards, then that's, you know, you'll decide based on different criteria of how much made versus accuracy, for all those categories, all those different things. But nobody should be excluded from trying, if that makes sense.
Not at all.
Or doing it.
Not at all.
Okay, shall we leave it at that? Everybody should be included, and we love seeing everybody's work. So is there any socials each of these want to pop on the end here? Like, I mean, I'm FABtcg everywhere, so everyone can follow me there, and pop on, check out our cosplay Facebook page, and follow along on journeys, we try to put a little bit up there. Rachel, anything?
Yeah, I'm around on Twitter, Maxverocity on Twitter. You guys can find me there. I'm a little bit on Insta, but not much. Just kind of duplicate what I post on Twitter a little bit there. And as I mentioned, I am working on hopefully a YouTube channel down the road. I do have the shell out there, but it will be, to Carilina's point, it's not about being a content creator. This is not going to be anything regular. The whole point is just to maybe document my progress for myself and for others. To your point, Carilina, it's nice to watch how other people make something, and I'm hoping if I put out even just some cruddy videos that aren't very well edited, that some people might be able to watch them and be like, oh, I see how she did this now. Maybe I can pull that in, So if even one person watches it and gets enjoyment out of it, then I'll put it out there. So working on that, and hopefully later this fall when I get time, it'll be out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Carilina?
Before I plug my socials, Rachel, just because if you don't upload frequently, it still means you're a content creator. Even the biggest cosplay content creator out there right now, who is literally our cosplay Jesus.
Our goddess Kamui. Is that who you're talking about?
Kamui cosplay. Yes, she posts I think she posts a video once every 6 months. But she's still one of the biggest cosplay content creators in the world. We are not worthy
of Kamui. She's so
awesome. for that woman, literally. But just because your upload cycle is infrequent, you still are worthy of calling yourself a content creator. If you put out you are a content creator now. If anything, you are a content creator. Just if somebody tells you you're not, they're absolutely wrong, and that's just that's my own little qualm that I'm not going to talk about right now.
I appreciate it, Carilina. I appreciate the soapbox. Thank you. So I can't wait to share the.
I know. I love jumping on a soapbox. I do. You can find my content. If you want to see thirst traps, you go on my Instagram. That is Carilina2ALVA. If you want to see thirst traps and mental breakdowns, that is Twitter, bitchyvelour, BITCHYVELOUR. And if you just talk to me, which I am so bad at talking, I'm so bad at responding to text messages, you can find me on Discord. It is at Butterdog69. I don't have a consistent brand, I guess you can say. I'm also on TikTok, Carilina Victoria, but it's CXROLINA, which is so stupid. I don't know. But yeah, that's me.
So awesome. Thank you. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Please watch, subscribe. I always forget to do that kind of stuff. And if you like this podcast, we work hard to do some more. And we will see you all again next month.
Woohoo! Bye!